What's good, you got? Slur my words again. I'm human. What's good, you guys? My name is Dom. I go by Dom the Healer. Today I'm gonna just come at you with a pick a card reading. I feel like it's been a little bit of a while since I did that because I started doing more collective readings. But I got this idea, and I think everyone can relate to it. Okay, because we all have our light and dark sides. All right. But before we get into the reading today, if you would like to listen to me, please don't be afraid to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when I post another video. If you like to follow me on Instagram at goodfelladom, you're more than welcome to. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that'll be at goodfelladom. And if you like to book a personal reading with me, all the information for that should be down in the description box below. If you would like to make a donation to my channel, it will be greatly appreciated. I appreciate you very much. And that'll all the information for that should be down in the description box below as well. On my payment methods, anything like that. And without further ado, let's get into today's reading. So today's reading is going to be on, if you haven't read the title already, I'm sure you have, it is, what is your toxic trait? Or what are your toxic traits? Because we all got some toxic traits, all right? Whether you sober, or if you're drunk, or if you're just really in that type of energy. Let's look at, like, a little bit of your dark side here and see what's there, why is it there. I get a sense, like, already it could potentially be like childhood trauma, but it's always that way, isn't it? All right, but yeah, so if you haven't already, please skip the timestamps. We have 4 different piles here. All right, I use my mask, so I got a red mask, a green mask, magenta mask, or pink, I think it's magenta, and blue. So if you haven't already, skip to your timestamp and let's go. Okay, so if you chose pile 1, you chose the red mask here. Please don't be afraid to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when I post another video. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or make a donation to my channel, all the information for that should be down in the description box below. And please don't be afraid to follow me on Instagram at goodfelladom, on Twitter at goodfelladom. And this is your pile for what are your toxic traits, or what is your toxic trait. All right. Calling on God and on my angels and spirit guides and those of love and light, I ask that you please be here and please be part of this reading with me. If you are not of love and light, you are banned from this reading. Please exit now. Only those of love and light are allowed to be here. I don't know if this has any relevance to y'all, or maybe it's just still here in my head because I was listening to it before I started rolling. It's this song called Coastin' by Victoria Monet. Fire. Also, I'm thinking of the song Dive by Victoria Monet as well. Those songs could be like, could potentially have a message for you, or, whatever the case may be. But I love those songs. And yes, so without further ado, Spirit, what can you tell me about my pile 1 to your toxic trait? I feel like your toxic trait definitely has to do with being drunk. I'm hearing drunk texting. Or like sexting. I'm here sexting. Like, I'm hearing like toxic sexting. Maybe you guys, I definitely feel like you guys might like to get a little drunk, and it allows you to be fired up, and you use it as an excuse to, you know, hit up that ex. Take these or don't take them. Okay, I'm gonna take those. I'm gonna take these 2. All right. But what is your toxic trait, or what are your toxic traits? My red mask pile 1. We got the 9 of Wands in reverse here. This makes me feel like you guys could be like a little bit lazy, because 9 of Wands has to do with resilience. This makes me feel like you guys like to potentially sit back and let everybody else do the work for you as much as possible. This is giving me like a big, like, an Aries energy, or maybe even like Leo, someone who is a boss, someone who is in charge, and you're not actually, whether you're in a position of power or not. It's like, I'm saying, like, maybe like a spoiled kid. It's like you could sit down, and I think is it this one? 9 of Wands. I'm not even gonna say because I don't even remember, but I feel like you guys definitely, there's a sense of like you guys like luxuriating and like laying back and just being lazy and knowing that everything is gonna get taken care of for you, whether you get up and do it yourself or not. And I feel like you could do it, but it's just like, no, like, I want you to do it. Like, I feel like your toxic trait is that you think everybody is like your minion or like your bitch, and you have to, they gotta comply to your standards and do what you ask, and not really give 2 shits about how they feel. It's just, okay, well, I need this, so can you do it? Like, literally, like, you probably like would walk up to someone on their deathbed and be like, hey, I need you to like do me a favor. Like, I know you're dying, but I still need something. Like, you guys could be probably like very selfish, maybe. We have the Hangman in reverse. I feel like you guys can really, really be stuck in your ways. You guys could be Tauruses. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You guys really, really are like something about it's like restrictive. Like you don't want to like allow yourself. I want to say to break this mold. It's like you're in your own little cocoon, and everyone around you has to like operate like out of it. They have to do as you. I'm hearing do as I say, not as I do. You like I feel like you want people to be like your minions or your servants for the rest of your life, and you could care less about how it makes them feel because you're only worried about yourself. You could be like a narcissist a little bit, or you just think that you're like that important. You don't care about nobody else but you. All right, Three of Swords. This actually because Three of Swords in reverse is like healing from heartbreak and heart wounds. I feel like I don't think you guys heal though. Or maybe you could, but I feel like everyone at some point in their life has to go through some sort of healing. Y'all gotta fall down and cry your eyes out. Or you could resist it. Don't even listen to what I just said. But I feel like your toxic trait is that this makes me feel like you guys are the type to do something wrong and not hold yourself accountable. So these are like your toxic traits is to be like selfish, stuck in your ways, and you don't want to hold yourself accountable. You don't want to heal. You may not want to break down and cry. You may not want to like you guys can be very, very stubborn. It's like, no, I want it this way and I want it this way now. And you are willing to find any and everyone that will get this done for you. This is like big Aries energy. Aries are like this, the big babies that's just, I want what I want it now because you're such a powerful manifester. And you know that you can get what you want. You can also be a Scorpio and you like to manipulate the hell out of people. I'm getting Libra here, but it's not like super strong energy. It could be like that because Libras are literally that lazy and can be that way. Hardworking. These are all in reverse. Am I bugging? Oh my goodness. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Your toxic trait. This makes me feel like, because this has to do with optimism. This makes me feel like your toxic trait or one of your toxic traits is the fact that I'm hearing smile. You guys like to smile through everything. Like it's like the worst of the worst things could be happening. When I'm talking about the worst of the worst things, it's like you making everyone be your servant. It's like you're the only person in this image here like happy because you're getting what you want. Everybody else is just like mad and pissed. Like okay, you got what you want. Like, where do I get my I feel like they know they're not gonna get something from you, and they're like despising you because of it. They hate you. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This makes me feel like you guys are really, really spoiled. I feel like you guys because this is like the energy of a person. From what I can see, you yourself may not have a lot of money, or you could be like broke to some extent. I feel like you like to drink a little bit, maybe not that much, but I'm hearing the word drunk. This makes me feel like your toxic trait is like being bad with money. You either like burn through your money. You can have like a there's a Sagittarius placement in like a house that has to do with money. Where if you have that, like you're gonna like you're just gonna go through money like every single time. I think it's Sagittarius and Jupiter, which is strange because that's like the native planet, and Jupiter is the planet of blessings. But yeah, I feel like you guys either burn through money really, really quickly, or you're also this is like I'm hearing like daddy's money because I see like the entire time that I'm like in my head like seeing this, I see a girl here, and she just expects everyone to kind of like wait on her hand and foot. I definitely feel like she likes to borrow money, quote unquote borrow. If you're not watching the video, and you hear my voice like borrow, quote unquote, air quotes. They're not really borrowing it. It's like they're stealing it. They think everybody's just supposed to sit there and give them everything. I feel like your overall, like your toxic trait or traits has to do with your selfishness and like your resistance to change. It's like you think everyone and everything around you is meant to like mold its way, for you, and you're not willing to like be accustomed to that. And I do think to some extent you need to stop. I feel like you need to like just learn to like do a good deed for a day, whether if it's like giving a compliment or I don't know, giving somebody something. I see you guys like you might like to give stuff away every now and then, like every once in a while. It's like, oh, I don't want this anymore. You can have that. Believe it or not, that is I do think of it as an act of kindness, but I feel like my mind is telling me right now that it's not much of an act of kindness because I feel like the way you do it is like you could probably have like all these clothes in your closet. You're like, you know what? I haven't worn these all season. You can have those if you would like them. And it's kind of nice. It's nice, but I feel like there's like it's like a two-sidedness to it. There's like a double meaning to it. Like you mean it, but I feel like you don't mean it. Like you're not trying to be nice. I feel like it's a bit insulting, but at the same time, still nice. I feel like you guys you might need to work more on having like pure, genuine intentions. And I'm thinking like this is like some real Saturn energy. Something needs to happen or could potentially happen where somebody makes you like sit down and focus on your finances, and you're not gonna like it, but I think it'll help you in the long run. But I feel like you guys are like, your toxic trait is just being like a spoiled brat, feeling like you have to get what you want whenever you want it. Uh, and then just being lazy. It's like everybody else has to work it. I just gotta sit here. It's like you feel like you're supposed to be on top, but it's like the pyramid is like shifted. You think you're up here and everyone's down here, but you're down here and everyone's up here. Um, and everyone that's up here is like super duper nice, and you're the one, whether you realize or not, is the one that's not really being nice. Um, your toxic trait, Nine of Swords. You like to sulk and sit in your own shits. There's this quote I've been thinking of. It's by Jennifer Lewis. She said, what did she say? She said, when you sit in shit too long, it stops smelling. I feel like this is you guys, like, kind of like being stubborn and not getting out of this energy with the Nine of Swords here. Because look at, like, this girl. She's, like, on her knees crying. She's not really trying to, like, get up or move. She has her pillow right there. I don't know why that's significant. Maybe you guys cry a lot in your room or in your bed. Some of you guys might share a room. But what I do feel like is, you also probably like to, like, emotionally manipulate people, with this Nine of Swords out here. Like, you're just like, oh my god, I can't have whatever I want. I'm crying and da-da-da-da. And, like, that's, like, potentially how you get what you want. I feel like that's how you only know how to get what you want, by crying. There's this sense of also, like, you guys like to sulk in your own shit as well. You guys like to sit in your own shit as well. I feel like you guys like to, sit in, like, your own depression and think the whole world is, like, out to get you. That's, like, big Taurus energy where it's, like, me against the world. It's, like, you feel as if you have to... You feel like you have to, what's this? The Eight of Pentacles, like, I don't know why. It was the color here, the little pink, purple thing at the top there that stood out for some reason. I thought it was a star card. But with this Eight of Pentacles at the bottom, I feel like one of your toxic traits is you guys like to be alone. You guys probably are like artists. I feel like you guys could potentially have like a hobby or something that you want. It's like you carry yourself like you're famous because you want to be famous one day, but maybe it's just not in the cards for you. I feel like later on in life, like, you're gonna realize this. You're gonna open up more and be much more nice to the people. When either you least expect it or when they least expect it. Like, they're gonna be shocked to think like, wow, the person who's been selfish all this time is actually now starting to be nice. We got Four of Pentacles in reverse and Temperance here. This makes me feel like you guys have like a little bit of an unbalance in regards to just like your sense of stability, perhaps like materially. This makes me think of like perhaps like a millennial, like it's like gimme now, and without thinking about it, you yeah, you get what you want, you attract what you want, but you may not necessarily be able to keep it, or that's all you have. Like, this is the energy of someone who would spend like their last dime on like the newest pair of Jordans or some sort of like expensive item of clothing, and you know, cry about paying bills later. Like, you might put your material like well-being or welfare, I don't know why I heard that, before your bills or everything else, and you just rely on like your like parents or someone to pay for things for you. This is like big spoiled energy of I get what I want, like that. Eight of Swords. Yeah, you guys really like this sulk and stuff. I feel like your toxic trait, because with the Eight of Swords, you can free yourself from this, because it's like a mental prison. You can free yourself from this, and it's not like a Nine of Swords. You're able to free yourself and, you know, see the light again, and things like that. I feel like you guys know this about yourself, but it's like you choose not to. This is like a I see like someone here pretending like I don't know, someone hit them and then you just like faint. As a way of being dramatic, and when no one's looking, you open your eyes after kind of like pretending to be knocked out, and it's like you trying to see like, okay, did it work? Like, did I get what I want? It's kind of like super fake, and it's like this big actress type of energy. I don't want all of these. All right, we got the Six of Cups here. This makes me feel like you guys never grew up. You're like very like you're probably still holding on to your childhood innocence. We also got the Queen of Cups out here, so two cups. You guys love like your comfort. Literally, like, this is all comfortable energy of you sitting in your comfort zone, like, literally. Because, look, in the card, the man, he has this, what is it? He has this dog over here. Him and his dog, and then they grew up together, and they're still kind of, like, the same, maybe. It's the same energy. You guys could be Cancers watching this. And then, like, with the Queen of Cups here, we have, you guys definitely love to stay at home. You probably still live at home with your parents and you have your own room. But it's like, you could be very bossy to the point where it's just like, okay, well, I don't want that anymore. I feel like you guys definitely, like, know how to, like, maybe you guys come from a family that is just very much okay with spoiling you. But I feel like that's your toxic trait. Maybe, like, when you get into relationships, I feel like you always expect it, like, you expect everything to go your way and get what you want. Like, I'm hearing my way or the highway. You guys are definitely, like, the type to make your partners. I feel I see like a woman here with like a man who for some reason wants to put up with all her shit because he just loves her, and she could be like yelling and screaming and just being real childish, and he's just like, okay, okay. Like he just gets up and does stuff for her. Like you probably find partners who people please for you, who do things for you in a way that everybody else in your life has. But I do feel like when you get older, you're gonna try to like start like being nicer to people and a lot less selfish, and it's gonna come across in a way that only you can do it, because it's like everyone's gonna look at you as like the selfish girl, the selfish guy. Um, but it's like you're doing things. It's like you're being nice to people, but still within your own selfish ways. But it's still nice. It's like in a way when you give to people, but it's still all about you. It's like a Sharpay Evans, like that. It's like almost like you're gonna give any and everything away, and like it's like you could like wipe your sweat on a towel and give it to someone and be like well, he should just be grateful, you know, like he's gonna need that one day. Like what about my autograph? Like that's your energy. It's like you think you're this shit. Like you just see yourself as like someone who could potentially be up here. But I feel like you carry yourself like on the outside like as someone who's up here, but deep down inside you feel very empty. I feel like these are your toxic traits. It's just like you're very, very selfish. You're very stuck in your ways. You think everything has to go your way. I feel like you could potentially have the capacity to change this or look at things differently, but I feel like you just don't want to. Um, King of Cups in reverse here. You guys are very emotionally manipulative. You guys probably also like to drink as well. You could be very emotionally manipulative. And lastly here, we got the Two of Swords. You guys literally, um, oh, I can't say it. I want to sing a song, but it's in copyright. Who said this? Y'all know the song "She Will" by Lil Wayne and Drake. There's something that Lil Wayne said here. And it made me think of it. Cause she has a blindfold on, cause she can't see, she's blind. Allegedly, cause her arms are like open still. This makes me feel like you guys could be like a little bit indecisive. Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know if yeah, this is like say if you told somebody like, hey, if you go to the store and get me like I don't know, like a honey bun or something, and then like they come back with it, like, oh wait, I don't want that one, I want the other one. Like it's just, I'm sorry, I should have told you, I thought about it, but I just didn't. And then you make them go back, and then they just get so frustrated, but they just do it anyways. This also makes me feel like you guys can have your guard up, especially like in love. I feel like this is why you're like this. You probably got hurt at some point in your life, or perhaps like from a parent or something like a family secret. You probably could have gotten like touched or whatever, and maybe or not just a family secret, but a secret in general. I feel like something happened to you, like if not in your childhood, at some point in your life, where you feel like you had to keep your walls up and you had to like, you couldn't allow yourself to be vulnerable. And because of this, you became like a very, very like ugly individual to you, like your peers and the people around you. But because you're family or because you're their friends, they still love you, they still accept you. But I feel like you guys, I forgot what the real Two of Swords meaning is here, but I'm getting like big indecision energy, and I know that's one of the meanings of this card. I feel like you guys are you're like on guard. You're not trying to see people and things for who they are. It's just like you're just gonna like approach the world from whatever way that you can only imagine through with that blindfold on. And I feel like that is very you guys could also be air signs with this Two of Swords because I'm drawn to like the air tattoos on her elbow. If you can see that, I doubt you can. Right there. You guys, because I mentioned the song "Coastin" by Victoria Monet. If you watch the music video, she has like this attitude, like, where she's talking to this woman sitting at a table. I feel like you guys have an attitude like that. It's like somebody just asked you for the smallest thing, and it's just like, like okay, like it's just like you don't care. But anyways, yes, these are you guys' toxic traits. So please don't be afraid to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, to know when I post another video. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or make a donation to my channel, all that information should be down in the description box below. And if you would like to, you can follow me on Instagram at goodfelladom, on Twitter at goodfelladom. And without further ado, I'm gonna move on to pile 2. So thank you guys, my red mask pile who chose this. I got these masks from Old Navy, and I really feel like, I don't know why, but that was just coming through here as I touched this. I don't know, maybe because I just went there, or maybe some of y'all work there, y'all like shopping there, whatever. But, yes, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to tune out and move on to pile 2. I appreciate you guys. I really, really love you guys. Like, let me know in the comments if this resonated or if it didn't, alright? I appreciate it when you guys, like, tell me stuff like that and let me know that I helped you. I'm like drawn to my hands because of the marks on them. The marks on them, like they mean something. What is it? Is it this way? I can't even do it that way because you can't see it. It just But anyways, have a good one, you guys. See you later. Bye. My name is Dom. I go by Dom the Healer, and I'm signing off. Pile 2 up next. Yeah, I literally, I was like, I didn't realize it. I just saged before I even hit the record button. Okay, just to let you know that I cleansed the energy, that I cleared it, like literally 10 seconds ago, and it's still burning. Okay. Oh shit. We got some ash. You know how ash sounds like ass? That sounds funny to me. Oh, my little goofy, immature ass. Yeah. But anyways, this is for my people who chose Power 2, this little green mask right here. We're going to look into what are your toxic traits. Calling on God and all my angels and spirit guides, and ancestors and those of love and light, ask that you please be here, please be part of this reading with me. If you are not of love and light, you are banned from this reading. Please exit now. Only those of love and light are allowed to be here and be present. Spirit, what can you tell me about my Power 2's toxic traits here? Some of you guys could be like sex addicts or sex fanatics. 3 of Pentacles. One of your toxic traits, this isn't even big sex energy. It's something, it has to do with the way you like to work with people. I do see like sexual stuff here. This is like threesome energy though. Like, you could be like, I don't know, the leader. Maybe you're like the one who has the 2 people like, I don't know, adoring you. This ain't even like heavy sex energy. It's something about the way you like to work with people. But I do see like in my head like sexual stuff. Something about the way you work is like, it could be like a little unfair maybe, but that's not even what the 3 of Pentacles is about. But like, that's like a little bit of what I'm getting here. What is this? Alright, we got the Page of Wands out here. I feel like you guys definitely like to have fun. You have like this lust for life about you. Where this, okay, now, if this is like a work situation, what I think it could be is like, your toxic trait has to do with the fact that you don't like to, you're like the one who could be in like a group project and never do anything. You just like lollygag the entire time. That's your toxic trait. I feel like you definitely like, just like to stay in your own world. And people may hate this about you sometimes, if not all the time. And I feel like these are only like serious adult like people. I think you could be like really, really in tune with your inner child or something, and you prefer to just like walk around having fun. You have like limitless potential, and the way that she's like looking at the sky, if you can see this, it makes me think of someone like a child who has like a huge, huge imagination. And Wands is about taking action. It's like she threw the wand in the air almost, and she trusts that it's gonna come back down into her hand. You guys, probably, this ain't even much of a toxic trait. I don't think, is it? Oh, well, that's, okay, now I'm getting something here with the 3 of Pentacles. You guys can be codependent. I do get like a polygamy, polyamorous type of vibe here. Maybe you guys are in a relationship with 2 other people, or you have 2 other people that you like to have your fun with. This is not 18 plus, but, I feel like your toxic trait is the fact that you might always feel like you need people to do something or do stuff for you. Not like Power 1 though. Like Power 1s are just like, no, like gimme, gimme, gimme now. You guys are more like, kind of like, you might have like an inferior complex, which could also be like your issue. But what it makes me feel like is that, your toxic trait has to do with like you kind of like make yourself feel smaller, especially with this being a page of wands out here, which is like a more immature, younger energy or youthful energy. You guys feel like you have to be like smaller in like situations in order to make yourself comfortable, in order to make everyone else feel comfortable. So like with this whole little threesome relationship situation, or it could even be like in a friendship. It don't have to be sexual, because this isn't, I'm picking up on sexual energy, but it's not the most sexual. It could be like in the workplace or with your friends or in the bed. Like it's just, I feel like your guys' toxic trait is that you try to like minimize yourself a lot, and you can be very, very codependent. Even though I feel like the Page of Wands, I feel like with the Page of Wands here, like, because you have your moments where you can be in your own world, you can be codependent in that, like, you know, with the 3 of Pentacles here, you feel like someone always needs to help you with something, or you feel like you always, like, you can't do something without somebody else, like, to the point where it's like, you probably feel like you can't even have sex, like, by yourself. Like, you may not even trust masturbation, you want to do it with other people, to have someone to do it for you, maybe. or whatever the case may be. It's like you guys definitely love to have fun. You have like limitless potential, and that's what this is telling me. You might not even be fully aware of it, or you're not fully using it, and you need to. This is your toxic trait or traits. With the Two of Pentacles out here, I feel like definitely there could be like a need for balance in your life. I feel like this is the balance. It's like you kind of like just like filling in your shoes. It's like I see a person here, they got small feet and they have big shoes to fill, and their feet are growing. I feel like you guys need to like balance stuff out more. Balance out your energies. Take time away from your friends and just be alone and potentially sit by yourself or meditate. What it is for you guys that I think you need to like balance out your energies and like come into your leadership, your power, your own sense of being. And this is Pentacles, so this is builder energy. I need to build something, and especially because there's Pentacles and Wands out here thus far. Y'all need to like build something. I feel like you have the potential to do something big. It's just you're kind of like minimizing yourself like out of comfort, maybe, or I can like envision it, but like as far as like I'm trying to get a vibe of what you're thinking, I think I just saw a bug or a fly. Maybe that's confirmation. But you give off the energy that it's like you can't do nothing without nobody, but I feel like you know that you can do stuff without people. Maybe the people around you think that you can't do anything with nobody, and like maybe like the energy you exude like subconsciously, it's like super what? It's like super I forgot what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. Should I take it this way, angels? When I thought I saw this upright, but this is the Five of Swords in reverse. I feel like you guys have been like, you've been betrayed before. You know, I feel like everyone gets betrayed at least once in their lifetime. Um, but it was like big betrayal. I feel like your toxic trait. Oh, I think your toxic trait, because these aren't even toxic traits, are they? Well, the codependency is a toxic trait, but for the most part, I feel like no, this is toxic a little bit. Because you might be able to like overdo it. With the Five of Swords, I definitely feel like because this has to do with like secrets and stuff coming out and being exposed. I feel like your toxic trait is that you are yourself, and I mean, I don't want to say you're a toxic being unless you want to hear that, but it'd be like that. But if you're like it's like you guys are very toxic. Like, no, are you toxic? You could be. I feel like what makes you toxic, or what your toxic trait has to do, is the fact that you're not afraid, but like afraid of like exposing secrets, maybe, or telling on someone. You guys are definitely. I'm hearing like dry snitch or just like snitches. I feel like that like might be a little bit too harsh to say right here. You guys just like to tell on people a lot, whatever it is. I feel like you guys could have gotten made fun of for your sexuality because I heard the word faggot. But this energy is like, it's like kind of like even if you're an adult, it's like you're just like in your own world doing your own thing. We got the Six of Wands in reverse here. This makes me feel like you guys definitely care about your own personal success, your own successes in general in life, and you're not too worried about anyone else or everything else. You could be like a little bit selfish without realizing it. It's like this Page of Wands energy here tells me you guys are like heavily childish, or like you come across very immature, just like you might be very in tune with your inner child, and you're like misunderstood because of this. What I feel is that you know what? Let me like sage a little bit more just to get calling on God and all my angels and spirit guides and those 11 light. Ask that you please be here and please be a part of this reading with me. If you are not 11 light, you are banned from this reading. Please exit now. Only those 11 light are allowed to be here. That smells good. Palo Santo smells good. That's something I definitely will say about that. Like sage is like one thing, but Palo Santo is just different. And I bought it because I bought it in this like sack. And I love this little bag here. But I bought it in this sack. When I got it, like the way I pulled it out, the way it smelled, it was so strong. Oh my goodness. But yes, let's continue with your guys' toxic traits. What's this? Something about things coming out. Eight of Pentacles. This has to do with your shadow self. That's the first thing I heard. Your shadow self is coming out here. I think your shadow self is codependent. It has a lot of mommy issues or mommy and daddy issues, or maybe as a kid you felt neglected. You guys could be a Pisces or a Cancer, or maybe even a Scorpio. Whoever you are, it's like you could have been like abandoned or neglected a little bit as a kid. You could have been an orphan. Whatever the case may be, you guys are a little hurt by that. I think you need to work on your shadow self. I feel like if you sat with like your dark side, you're gonna see like how potentially manipulative and like how things can like be for you guys. Manipulative, and you come across as someone that's like super needy, but I feel like on the inside you don't feel needy because I feel like you can get stuff done by yourself with this page of wands here. It's just like you like to have fun. Your toxic trait could also be like a lack of self-awareness of what it is that you do or like who you are. I feel like you know that everyone judges you or like puts you under some form of scrutiny, but I feel like your intentions can be like miscommunicated. Like maybe you may not speak as clearly, or your intentions don't come across as clearly as you think they do, or you wish that they should. This makes me feel like you guys are the type to like make a joke or do something like a little bit funny that no one else thinks is funny. This makes me think you to be a Sagittarius, or a Gemini. But there's something about the way that you go about things. 10 o'clock, as I just said that. Something about it's your guys' shadow self. I think it's showing more than you think it is. And it's like from your perspective, from what I can see, you guys come across super innocent, super childish, super like kidding, like, but for some reason, like everyone around you either just doesn't understand it or they're not allowing something. And for your toxic trait, yeah, because it's like you like to work with people. You might be so used to having to get things done with other people, or I don't know, something makes you feel like you guys could have been like insulted or judged for the fact that you're always being so independent. Therefore, you turn into someone who was codependent. Maybe someone discouraged you for being like independent. I feel like you guys could be interdependent, but also super codependent. Like you don't need anybody, but you can latch onto people very easily without realizing it. And one thing that people I think don't know about you is that you don't need them. And you know you don't need them. Like I feel like you'd be fine if like they cut you off. I feel like this happened a lot. Maybe like in the past where you got cut off because you came on a little bit too strong. But it's like your shadow self is like your toxic trait. Your codependency is your toxic trait. The fact that you're always in your own world. It's not. I don't think that this is a toxic trait, or it could be maybe if you're going overboard with it. But I feel like other people are irritated by it because they're not in tune with your inner child like how you are. Maybe your old friends or your current friends, like, or your family, they don't understand why you could be so happy. I think you guys have done the shadow work, definitely with the Eight of Pentacles in reversal here. You've done the shadow work. I feel like you know who your shadow side is, or you probably know them very well. But it's just like you guys could be like the woke ones because I feel like this isn't. There's something bad about this. It's bad in the fact that you don't allow yourself to be a bit more independent, that you don't pull back, that you don't stand more in your own power. You kind of like lean on other people to do it, or you may not push your power out as much as you possibly could, and you shortchange yourself. But I don't see you being like a bad person like at all. It's not like big bad energy. Five of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you guys are highly optimistic. You guys bring like optimism to like the most like chaotic, serious, angered on the inside adults who haven't like healed. And they hate this. To them, they see it as like a toxic trait, as something that they should destroy because, well, everybody else is acting like this, so why don't you act like that? You're not meant to be like that. I feel like you're meant to be optimistic. This is the energy of like an adult or like someone who could be like, I don't know, 20, 21 in their early 20s, or just like you're like at the adult age, but then people still look at you as if you're like a baby, or maybe you just look young. This is the energy of a person that's like that, where it's like you're super childish, you're super youthful, super happy, probably always smiling, and everyone around you hate this because they don't have your joy. They want to steal your joy, and if not take it and keep it from themselves, they want to flat out destroy it so everybody can be unhappy just like them. And it's not a toxic trait, but it can get annoying around people like that. I know that. Like, don't fuck them. Don't fuck them. I meant just fuck. No, like fuck them. But the whale. What is it? The fool in reverse here. You guys are reckless. This is like super childish energy. You guys might break things without realizing it. This is like, I don't know, you go places and you trip over stuff because you wasn't paying attention. There's something about you guys. I feel like the universe uses you as karma. So you come across as like a fool yourself. Like, not as in like new beginnings, but as someone who is just like super reckless and you don't think before you do stuff. Big Sag energy. You guys could be Tauruses as well. I feel like maybe to some extent you guys had to raise yourselves, which is Taurus and Libra energy. Tauruses and Libras are known for having to raise yourselves and assume like the role of responsibility within their households. And I always feel like that's very difficult for both of them, but I always look at it like more difficult for Tauruses especially because they don't like to change, and imagine having to change a lot because you had to grow up quick. Libras are just like very, very sensitive, and it would have really, really like triggered us or hurt us growing up. 10 of Wands up here. Yes, you guys take on all the responsibility. I feel like there's like an unevenness of it too. It's like either you take on all the responsibility or you may not take enough. But you guys have like a lot of burdens. I feel like that's your toxic trait. And the thing about it is I don't even think you talk about this. I get the vibe that you could be a person who you walk around on this page of Wands energy of just being happy and having fun all the time. But one thing that people don't know about you is that the reason why you're so happy is because you've healed. You've been through stuff. And it's toxic because you know you're codependent. Like that's but you're still a good person. It's like you're such a good natured person to the point where I feel like people take your kindness for weakness. They look at you like you're stupid. Especially big page and wants energy out here. Like it's super fun and childish and just like dumb. It's just like, oh, forget this person. Like, oh, I could just trick them and manipulate them and do whatever I want and get what I want out of it. And they don't know that you guys will fuck somebody up, whether if it's fighting, whether if it's getting your lawyers, exposing somebody, especially with this out here. That's your toxic trait. And what is this? Where'd it go? It came out upright. Yeah, you guys have been betrayed a lot. It came out upright when it fell down. But with it being in reverse and having stuff coming out like how it did, I might put this sideways. I'm going to put this sideways. What I feel with this is that you guys are... Y'all are some loudmouths. You probably were like the... I think I just mentioned this part. I just saw 15:15 on the clock. You guys could have been like the snitches in your family growing up or the people who told on everybody. It's like you guys definitely like hand it out. You tell on people. If people fuck you over and you get angry enough, it's like you'll probably lose your shit. And, you know, just make them want to prepare for the worst. Because it's like, hey, well, you did this to me. And it's not even like in a way where it's like you want to, it's kind of like an vengeful way, but I feel like you might say if you have like a platform, you snitch on people on your platform because they were fucking with you. It's like you just come out to people and just say, well, listen, like I've been going through some things here, like I don't know what's going on, like it's just like I've been through this situation, this person did this, that, and that to me. Then all of a sudden everybody's just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. A lot of people might call you a liar or think you're being dishonest. You guys have been through some stuff here, but it's like you don't let it stop you. It's like that's your toxic trait, but it's not toxic. I think the toxicity comes from the mommy issues and the daddy issues aspect of it, but you're still a nice person. And people don't get that. It's like your kindness is toxic to chaotic people. You're good people. Like, this is what I'm hearing. Four Swords, your toxic trait is you guys are super lazy. Big Libra energy. The bikes is out today, alright? But big Libra energy, you guys are, you probably like tattoos, because like floral tattoos or flowers, because she got some flower tattoos on her arms. You guys could be super lazy or super content with like whatever life gives you. I feel like you guys need to like up it up more. I feel like you guys say if you have current friends now or like current family now, I feel like you're gonna leave them and you're gonna get new ones, and this is gonna force you to have to level up and see things a bit differently and more clearly in how you want your life to go. But you could be very, very content. You like to sit in your own shit sometimes, maybe, or I feel like you like to sit in other people's shit, and I mean that figuratively in that like you like to sit in other people's messes that they made. With them, and I feel like you guys are so pure and innocent. It's like it had nothing to do with you, to the point where it's like even if you did sit and stand with them, no one can pin that on you. Like you could be in a group full of people who are all in this Five of Swords energy. You're just wanting to play somebody and hurt them, and you're the angel. You're the one that people can't see. What is it? You're the one that people see as like the angel, as the nice one. In a room full of demons, basically. You're the angel in a room full of demons, whether you know it or not. I feel like you guys are either completely oblivious to it, or you're just choosing to ignore that. Alright. We got the Emperor here. You guys are bossy. Whether you know it or not, you could be a cardinal sign. You guys are definitely like bossy. But this I feel is like good. You guys have the capacity to be a boss. But I feel like when it comes to being a boss, you guys might have a little bit of an attitude. I understand. You might like to yell a little bit, not too much, or just like come across a little aggressive when you feel like you need to be, but it might make you look like a bully. I feel like you might need to work on like controlling your anger. I feel like your facial expressions, definitely facial expressions and silence is enough. You don't have to say anything. So please be aware of that, because I feel like it'll help you become a better boss. You'll get more clients and more people if you gotta hold yourself to like a higher standard, because you guys, I think that's your toxic trait as well. You may not know your power. You may not fully have stepped into your power, have fully like actualized it or realized it. But with the Emperor, this is definitely like fire energy. You're like a go-getter. You go after whatever it is you want. I feel like some of you guys like to go after people in relationships. Like you like to date people in relationships. You don't care about stealing somebody's man or woman. It's just like, nah, like I'm gonna get what I want. I don't care. Like unless the person tells you no, you'll sleep with somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife or whatever the case may be, and just like not care. All right, and then lastly here we have the Ace of Cups. This is like, I feel like on the inside you guys could be very emotional, but your toxic trait is on the outside. You're very practical and logical. Your toxic trait is the fact that you don't show off your emotions enough. Your toxic trait is the fact that people may not know that you feel things as deeply. You may not speak about your emotions as much. Your emotions are a mystery to people, and like you could walk around. This is like big Scorpio energy. You could have a Scorpio moon. You could walk around and be mad and angry and upset for a very long time, and no one knows about it. You could also be a Libra and do that as well. You could be a Leo. That could be like any sign. This stuff a lot of people go through. All right. But your toxic traits has to do with like more so codependency and potentially like your attitude. Not so much your attitude, more so like the codependent mommy daddy issues that come from you because you choose to be like a child. You choose to. I feel like you guys could be highly spiritual as well, or you just work on yourselves a lot. All right. But those are your toxic traits. So if you like to book a personal reading with me or make a donation to my channel, all the information for that should be down in the description box below. If you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so on Instagram at goodfelladom, on Twitter at goodfelladom. My YouTube profile will link you to that. And please don't be afraid to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when I post another video. And without further ado, let's move on to pile 3. So I will see you guys later. Have a good one. All right, what's good, y'all? This is for my people who chose the magenta or the pink. I think it looks a little more magenta on camera, or more red actually. But this is going to be your reading for what are your toxic traits, or what is your toxic trait. Hey, we getting somewhere. Okay, that was enough. All right. We're gonna get stuff done one way. Why? I don't know that. Y'all ever talk to yourselves? I don't think it's a toxic trait, but hell, I be talking to myself a lot. It's not a toxic trait, is it? Maybe it is your toxic trait. I don't know. Maybe you rather talk to yourself than other people. Maybe you like being alone. All right. But calling on God and on my angels and spirit guides and those of love and light, I ask that you please be here. Please be a part of this reading with me. If you are not a love and light, you are banned from this reading. Please exit now. Only those of love and light are allowed to be here. Spirit, what can you tell me about my pile 3 here? What is my pile 3's toxic trait or toxic traits? What's this? All right. All right. The first cards out here are the Five of Wands. And the Lovers in reverse. So with the Five of Wands, this instantly makes me feel like you guys are entirely too peaceful. You probably don't stand your ground. I feel like you might let people walk all over you just because. You could be a Libra or a Pisces, but I feel like for you guys, you don't fight back. You guys don't like games and BS because you don't. I feel like you may not like getting your feelings hurt, or you just don't like physically getting hurt. Like maybe you gotten beaten up before for speaking your mind, or whatever the case may be. You might feel like you can't be yourself. Or you can't be yourself. I feel like your guys' toxic trait is the fact that you just sit back and choose to be peaceful. You probably have like a Libra Mars or something where it's hard for you to get angry, or you're just a Libra in general and it's hard to get angry. The Lovers in reverse here, I feel like you guys your toxic trait is like your lack of self-respect, especially with this Five of Wands out here. You guys have like a lack of love for yourselves. You need to love yourself some more. I feel like for you guys, and that looks like self-respect, like telling people no and saying, hey, I don't want anything to do with this. Or, yeah, it's just like letting people know, putting your foot down, setting those boundaries. You might need some more healthy boundaries. I think that's your toxic trait, is that the fact that you don't set healthy boundaries. You don't respect yourself enough, and you don't speak up for yourself enough. All right, we got Judgment in reverse. The number 20 is on here, and that speaks to me. You guys could be 20, or you have a connection to number 20, or the number 2, something about balance here. Judgment is, I feel like you guys might also be afraid of, like, criticism or feedback. This is, like, big people pleaser energy, where you guys always just want to sit there, stay quiet, and stay perfect all the time. Very much like a Libra. But you're going to have to stop that, or you need to stop that, because I feel like if you don't, like, people are going to continue to walk all over you, and you're going to lose sight of your dreams and your visions and your goals for your life, because if you don't continue to, if you don't stop the people-pleasing and not respecting yourself and not showing yourself love, no one else will. No one else will give that to you. No one else is going to sit here and say, like, okay, and if they do, I feel like it's someone that, like, maybe coming from them is just not worth it. Or I feel like even with them, you probably still told them, like, oh, no, it's okay. Like, just let them do it. Like, no, you need to respect yourself more. You need to say no. You need to put yourself down. I'm here to humble yourself. I feel like you can be humble while doing this. I don't know. Maybe sometimes people may not see it that way because you're expressing your attitude a little bit more. Or you just literally saying to yourself, like, hey, I don't want to be treated like this no more. So I'm putting my foot down. And people got a problem with that. But that's their problem, not yours. Seven of Pentacles, you guys are probably very impatient. You could be like an air sign or a fire sign or even an earth sign, where it's like for some reason you like to rush things. Projects, assignments, homework, anything in regards to that. You guys definitely like to rush stuff. I see like a person like running around the house almost like a tornado. Like it's like a child. It's like you want to get so many different things done. It makes you think of like ADHD, I think is you know, forgive me, I don't even fully know what I'm talking about. You could have ADHD, but I'm not 100% sure if that's what I was about to say, if that's what I was like headed for. But yeah, you guys are impatient. You like to get everything done quickly. You're super powerful. I like that because I did this. You're super powerful. um, what else do we have here? Five of Pentacles. You guys prefer to be out in the cold and alone instead of being around other people. And I feel like you might isolate yourself on purpose. Maybe because you don't fit in or you don't feel like anyone understands you or that they don't like you. They do. I think maybe your environment or like your family didn't understand you. Maybe you like the black sheep. I feel like your toxic trait is the fact that you always want to be alone. Or maybe you just learn to love your alone time and your stillness. But it's something about you guys, you love to be alone. You feel left out in the cold a lot. I feel like that's also your toxic trait. You always end up in situations where you feel left out in the cold. It's because you're not respecting yourself. You're not putting your foot down. You're not saying no. When you start literally telling people no, I feel like people, they're not going to flock to you, but you're going to attract them like one by one or little by little. When you start giving yourself this love and you start saying, fuck y'all, I said what the fuck I said. If you don't like it, get away from it. Like there's just like that. Like, come on, you got to, and I know that's hard, especially because I love being at peace. I love being unbothered. But people get on my fucking nerves. So, oh well. Eight of Swords in reverse. I feel like your toxic trait is that you run away too soon. You might, especially with this being Swords. Swords is like the fastest suit. And this has to do with releasing yourself from like a toxic situation or something where you felt trapped in it. Your toxic trait, and this is like this could go either way. This is a good thing and it's a bad thing. You guys run away from situations, or you know how to get yourself out of situations and take the easy way out. Sometimes it's okay if you take the hard route, especially with this being Swords. Air signs love taking unnecessarily hard routes. I don't know if it's because like everything is easy for us, but we always want to make stuff difficult for ourselves. Why? I don't know. But it's just like that's just how we are. I feel like you guys might need to learn how to take a difficult route every now and then. Or challenge yourself. Like, you need to learn how to challenge yourself, because this is like, and I feel like you guys actually have the capacity to do this. Maybe you just probably are just undisciplined. Maybe. What is this? The Ten of Pentacles. Your toxic trait is you spend money like crazy. All right, this is the type of person I completely understand. You get your paycheck, you want to blow it on whatever pair of sneakers you could get, or whatever subscriptions you could buy, whatever the case it may be. It's like you can run through your money really, really quickly. And then once it's gone, it's just like, damn. So when I'm getting paid again, like, yeah. Page of Pentacles in reverse. You guys have experienced like perhaps a lot of delays in your life for like manifestations. I'm hearing like resistance. Maybe I feel like that's your guys' toxic trait, is that either you guys might move very, very slowly on a project. You probably procrastinate. Like, you guys are definitely Libras, or you might be an Aquarius, because I did just see Aquarius here. I'm hearing a song in my head, Full Moon by Brandy. Maybe that's like something that resonates with y'all. But you guys are definitely like the type to deal with like a lot of delays or cause delays, because maybe you like to take your time at your work, or yeah, I see you guys taking your time at your work. You might look lazy to other people when you're working, but I feel like you must be a creative of some kind. You need to sit in stillness. So you spent a lot of time by yourself quietly. I feel like that's your toxic trait, though, is that you take too long. The crazy thing about toxic traits is that there's something that you can also laugh at. Like, toxic traits, I guess, can be like bad, and you know they have their moments, but it's like you can still laugh at this, because who doesn't love a good toxic trait? Or like, we all have our toxic traits. Okay, it's okay. This is something that is I was gonna say this wasn't that big of a deal, but this is that big of a deal. You need to put your foot down. You need to say no. You're gonna have to like allow yourself to be in this Five of Wands energy, because with the Five of Wands, it's like a bunch of people arguing and fighting and nobody's listening to each other. What this makes me think of is like, when you put your foot down, when you say stuff, you might deal with like a lot of animosity or stuff like that comes towards you, and I deal with this too, so I understand you might be scared to tell people no. But here's the thing though, all you have to do is just speak your mind. I feel like you're expecting entirely too much from the other person to sit back and understand you. The thing is that they don't have to understand you. They don't have to accept it. One thing I learned from telling people no or putting your foot down or something like that, when they don't like it, they just gonna sit there and talk. That's it. It's just like, oh my God, like, I can't believe you did this. They're going to come up with XYZ excuses or try to gaslight you. Say what you want to say and then just leave it at that. The answer was no. If you're upset about that, call me selfish, call me an asshole, call me with this, that, and the third. I don't give a fuck. Like, because you didn't give a shit about how I felt. How I'm speaking too soon. I'm growing still. But, but still. That's your guys' toxic trait, is that you need to, like, you don't stand up for yourself. You're going to have to stand your ground. And I don't even mean that you got to fight. It's just say no. Say no when you mean it. I feel like you guys might be afraid. So what? Fuck this person. Like, say if somebody wanted to, like, offer you an opportunity. I feel like I see, like, a celebrity here, like, coming to you, giving an opportunity, and you don't have time for it. Don't take it if you feel like you can't take it on right now. Focus on your work. Wait a second. I'm trying to think to myself. Is that a good? I don't think that's a good example. Maybe if that's something like a career that you want, like going into like the celebrity like field. If you believe in yourself, is what I'm gonna say here. They don't want me to say that. It's hard to say this because I feel like this could be the reason why I'm stopping so much, and I'm sitting here thinking this because it's like if someone's offering an opportunity, it would be a little smart to take it because it'll give you more of like I don't know. If say this person already has a platform or they already have something going for themselves, and you can be on there. I think that's something that you should take. But it's just like this feeling like you might end up like sacrificing what you want or what you do, hence the Page of Pentacles in reverse, for someone else and what they want for you or what they want for themselves, and they feel like they need you to get it done for them. This is people pleasing energy. You guys need to stop. Like it's like say no when you want to say no or when you know you need to say no, especially like when you want to say no, say it. It's important because it's like, bro, like how are people gonna know? Like how it's not even about how people gonna know. I feel like this has to do with just you, like on like a spiritual level. Like you're gonna have to like, no disrespect, grow some balls and just say no. That's your toxic trait. Y'all don't say no. But here's the thing though, y'all get your feelings hurt by other people, right? They sit back and tell you no all the time, right? All right. So if I feel like you guys aren't a petty pal, but if you need to get into that petty bag just like a little bit, like 10% of it, a tiny bit, and say fuck them. All right. So no, don't say fuck them, but just say no. No, I don't want to do that. Don't be a dickhead. Be calculated if it's like in terms of opportunities and stuff like that, please. I am not guiding you to turn down your blessings at all. I want you guys to receive all your blessings. But there comes a time where you're going to have to say no. You don't need to people please. You don't need to kiss asses. You don't need to do nothing for anybody else that you don't want to do. Focus on your projects because you have something for yourself too. You are of value too. You are worthy too. All right, someone could come in and offer you an opportunity, but with you and your platform and your project and your business, you can offer opportunities too. All right. King of Cups, you guys are emotionally manipulative. I feel like you guys could cry sometimes, and they might even be like real tears or potentially just like crocodile tears as they call them. But here's the thing, like I feel like you guys can be emotionally manipulative at times without realizing it. I feel like that's a part of your shadow self, your shadow side, hence this being your toxic traits. You guys are definitely your toxic trait is that you choose to sit in a lot of uncomfortable situations. Out of people pleasing, out of like choosing to be peaceful with this energy right here. But this is how you feel. Five of Pentacles. You guys are sitting like I don't know, like in near like I feel like you guys feel alone when you're conforming. I feel like you guys need to be yourself more. Like expose yourself. Say no. I feel like that's another one of your toxic traits. It's like you may not know how to be yourself or you're too afraid to be yourself. You're letting fear rule you. You can't do that. Life is too short. Let me tell you something because I do feel like I want to be vulnerable right now. Life is entirely too short to sit around waiting for people to accept you or anything like that. And I say this because, like, for me personally, like, I'm bisexual, right? Growing up in the environment that I grew up in, everybody was, like, very, very, like, homophobic and against gays. And I got made fun of a lot growing up because of my femininity just as a boy. And just how, like, soft and girly I came across, right? But it wasn't up until, like, my junior year of college where for some reason it's, like, I don't know why, but my friends were not there anymore, or like we kind of just like drifted apart, and I'm like alone, and well, you know, I get the opportunity to be with a guy, and I just took that shit. Like all my life, I knew I knew I liked men, and like I knew that I wanted to be with a guy at some point. Like I've chased after girls, and like, but I never allowed myself to chase after men because I was too afraid of like being scrutinized or judged for it. But here's one thing that I learned: life is too short to be walking around here giving a fuck about what anybody thinks. All right, if you like something, if you want to do something. Listen, go do it, because you will be happy. I remember, like, I did what I did, and it's just like, yo, like, I want to tell everybody, like, this is who I am now. Like, I feel free because I don't have anybody around me that can make me feel like or put me down for being who I am. I could be sexy, I could be sexual, I could be confident all by myself. I think that's another thing with this Five of Pentacles. You guys might, like, sit alone a lot and not understand how fucking great it is to be alone. Like, after, I know, like, I feel like I'm in this right now. After a while, it's like, you may not always want to be alone. I feel like I still want to be alone, but I still want people in my life. It's like I'm very complex. Like leave me alone, but still talk to me. But it's like this is like you guys. You guys don't understand that with this Five of Pentacles energy, you could pick your head up. Remember, these are still pentacles. That's money, baby. Like that you getting it. Like be yourself and say no. Like you like say no or go and do what you want to do. Don't sit here and try to conform in this Five of Wands in reverse energy and not speak your mind regardless of whatever the card means. That's how I see it as. But like and not speak your mind and not say what it is that you want to say and not Fuck people. Argue. Say what you want to say. This is how I feel about the internet. We all on the internet talking and saying stuff. We don't know who's right or who's wrong, but we all think that we're right with the stuff that we say because we're speaking with like a whole lot of conviction. Speak up. Like, who cares if nobody's listening? People are listening. Who cares if they don't agree with you? Do what you want to do. Speak up. Say no. Be who you are. Do what you want to do. Like who you want to like. Have fun with who you want to have fun with. Don't sit here and try to conform and sit yourself around people and things that are not serving you and they're making you unhappy, uncomfortable, and feeling alone. You don't deserve to feel alone. You deserve to feel happy. You deserve to feel comfortable. Well, comfort zones. You know, you got to be comfortable getting uncomfortable. But it's just like you deserve to have a life where it's like you can be who you want to be. You can say no. You can put your foot down. Some of you guys might have like an authority or a parent or like a boss in like in your life that for some reason needs to back the fuck off. Let God handle that. I'm hearing everything will resolve itself, but let God handle that. Somebody's in for some karma here because they need to mind their business and step the fuck back. And I wouldn't give a fuck either. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I care. We all get karma. I make mistakes. All right, but it's just I get it. It's like you know when you give a fuck but you don't give a fuck, or you don't give a fuck but you give a fuck more specifically. It's just. You know, let God handle those people. All right, you guys work on getting out of this Queen of Cups in reverse energy or the Five of Pentacles energy or this Five of Wands in reverse energy. Here's what I want to say. Talk your shit. When I was in college, I remember niggas used to tell me like every once in a while because I would never really like toot my horn or try to get all hyped up and act all confident. But when I did, niggas used to be like, talk your shit. Like talk your fucking shit. Say no. Like it's just do that. I know it's hard and it's gonna take some time, but it's just like take your time, do what you gotta do. Right, the Eight of Cups in reverse here. I'm gonna go based off of the Rider-Waite definition because I feel like that's what this is telling me. Because this has to do with walking away from something and like into things that make you more happy. Because after the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups, and then the Rider-Waite is kind of like the same meaning in reverse as well. You guys are definitely walking away. Oh, I feel like that's also your toxic trait. You might walk away into situations that make you feel more comfortable. I think you need to challenge yourself and allow yourself to sit in like more chaotic energy. I feel like your sense of comfort needs to come from like your own home space, your own yourself, basically. You need to provide your own sense of comfort in chaotic situations. You need to learn how to remain calm in chaotic situations. And I know it sucks. I remember I was like working with kids one time and like I would, I remember like everybody was like running around and screaming. And I'm just like fed up, and I remember I was like reading tarot cards while they're doing it. They're kids. They're gonna be loud. They're gonna be noisy. And I felt like for a second I couldn't deal with it, but there's something clicked within my head where I remember like as I was just like playing with my cards, like yo, like I could just sit here and chill and not be bothered and still be able to read the cards and tune in. That does not make me a good teacher from what it sounds like. I know, but it's just like you guys can learn how to sit in a chaotic situation. No, I'm not a teacher. I used to be a camp counselor though, but but yeah, you guys need to your toxic traits have to do with you just like walking away from things and choosing peace over violence. Okay, it's okay to choose violence sometimes. Okay, I know this is like big like Libra energy, but for some reason I'm also thinking it's like Libra Mars. Mars is coming through here, or maybe even like Capricorn Mars, because Capricorn Mars people tend to they express their anger and like their sexuality in like a very very controlled way. So it might take a while for it to like build up, but once it's out, it's out. On some true Gemini shit at that. Like, but those are your guys' like toxic traits, and I feel like this is so much more easier said than done. So please understand this is a journey. Move as slow as you want to or as fast as you want to. It's okay to say no. It's okay to tell your mommy no. Okay, your mom is not. She's not entitled to your energy or your time. Okay, your mom is gonna have to let go and understand that you're a big boy or a big girl now, and you're gonna have to do what you want. Mom has gonna have to go away. Dad's gonna have to go away. Grandma, cousin, sister, everybody. No, it's none of their business. It's none of their business what you want to do. You can say no. You can say no. I can't take this shift today. I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. All right, go do that for yourself. You can say no. I'm not cooking today. You cook, or well, I'm not hungry. I don't care. Like you don't have to take on the responsibilities all the time, and it's okay. And I know it's hard, and I know it's difficult to have to tell people no, especially when this is a role that you've accepted a long time ago for yourself, or whatever the case may be. But you are not meant to people please. You are not meant to be the person that kisses asses. You're meant to be a leader, a boss, or someone who just stands in their own power and say, oh, I can't handle that today. And I feel like that's what saying no is gonna do for you. It's gonna make people respect you more. All right, you're gonna go from this. You're gonna go from this to this. All right. Oh my God, the way that this. All right, sorry guys, my camera had cut off. But it was fine because I was about to end the power, like literally right there. Anyways, but the two cards that I was holding up, I just remembered. These two cards. All right. So, all right. So here's what I want to say before I go. All right. And take this with a grain of salt. Enjoy your journey of learning how to love yourself and respect yourself more. But with this here, matter of fact, I'm gonna say it like this. All right. With the Lovers card here, love yourself and respect yourself more. And with the Five of Wands here, choose violence. Sometimes, not always. All right? Let's spaz out sometimes and let people know how we feel. All right, let's get a little violent. Well, let me not. I'm over-exaggerating a little bit. But speak your mind a little bit more, okay? Even if no one is listening, because that's literally what this whole card is about. Just say what's on your mind. It's going to allow you to get it out there. Even if no one cares about what the hell you have to say, at least you said it. And, you know, sometimes, you know how you say something real embarrassing? And no one responds, or you might think that no one heard you because they didn't say nothing. They probably heard you, but they didn't say anything. It don't matter. Just say what you gotta say, okay? But yes, I feel like this pile is not necessarily hitting home, but I understand. I feel like this is totally me. But I'm gonna end your guys' video right here, and I pray that you whoever is watching this pile, please just stand up for yourself and love yourself more, all right? I know this is toxic traits, and toxic traits can get a little funny, a little petty, all right? But just for the sake of loving yourself and holding your vision and making sure your dreams come true, that is more important than anything that anyone could ever ask of you. Making sure that what you want is coming true is more important than anybody else basically trying to stop you, because it seems like that's what happens a lot. People stop you with the way that they act or whatever. Or with the way that they feel so entitled to your effort, your energy, and your time, all right? But anyways, please don't be afraid to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, or make a donation to my channel, that would be very, very, like, appreciated, guys. Thank you. But all the information for personal readings and donations should be down in the description box below. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can do so on Instagram at goodfelladom or on Twitter at goodfelladom. My YouTube profile should link you directly to that in the about section. Okay, I will see you guys later. 1 o'clock as I'm saying that because I started a whole new video to finish this up for you guys. But yes, I'm going to pile 4, and I will see you guys later. You know, stick around if you. Some of y'all might want to pick another pile, maybe 2 or 1 also. But you know, maybe even 4. I don't know, but maybe not 4. I don't think it's that. But anyways, I'm gonna leave now. All right, so I'll see you guys. Bye. All right, y'all. This is for my people who chose the blue pile. We gonna get into you guys' toxic traits. My power forward, do y'all like Kaylani? Because I hear her song in my head. I think it was in my head a little before I like started rolling the camera. What's this song called? I think it's called Footsteps. That song might resonate with you guys, or you guys might like Water, because in the beginning of the song, it's like water sounds. Calling on God and all my angels and spirit guides and ancestors and those that love and light, I ask that you please be here and please be part of this reading with me. If you are not a love and light, you are banned from this reading. Please exit now. Only those that love and light are allowed to be here. All right, Spirit, what can you tell me about my pile number 4 here? What are their toxic traits, or what is their toxic trait? I just saw the word cheating or heard the word cheating. You guys either cheat on your partners, or maybe y'all cheat on tests entirely too much, or y'all try to cheat the government a lot. Perhaps in your taxes. I don't know. Or not in taxes, but just anything really. The Page of Wands here, I definitely feel like you guys have like a lust for life. I feel like your toxic trait is that maybe you're just like too immature, you haven't grown up yet. I feel like you guys like to have a lot of fun. You guys definitely have like limitless potential as well. Whether if you're aware of it or not, I think you are aware of it, and that's why you act that way. Ace of Swords, I feel like your toxic trait, and no disrespect, please don't take offense to this. You guys may not think for yourself at times. In terms of like your creativity, maybe you like lack authenticity a little bit, or you don't take the time to come up with your own like ideas, so you may end up copying people sometimes. I feel like if you guys like meditation for you guys, I think will help you with that. I think if you sat in stillness a little bit, like ideas would come to you, or you would just like get it from like your surroundings. It's just like you'll look at certain things, or maybe like this is where you would get your inspiration from. It's gonna come from things around you. Particularly, I feel like children could also be a good inspiration from you. That's definitely a place where you can get inspiration from. I feel like for you guys though, what it is that needs to happen, as far as this toxic trait goes, you need to live life. That's where you're gonna get your inspiration from. I feel like you'll get great inspiration from that. So it's like, say if you're like an artist or a content creator, you might want to take a little bit of a break or slow down with like the pace of your work or whatever. So that way, you can take the time out to go live life, experience things like cheating. Maybe you've been cheated on, or you're gonna cheat on someone. You need to be like talking about your experiences or like creating things based off of stuff like that. And it's okay, you know, like sometimes people do have that issue with like creativity, but it is a big issue that could lead to lawsuits and potentially even jail time when you do steal creativity or steal ideas. You guys have your own mind. I think you need to understand that. You need to like build from whatever it is that you think. All right. I feel like you guys might not think that whatever it is that your ideas, your surroundings, or whatever, they're not that special, but they're more special than you think they are, because no one can do anything or think of anything in the way that you can, or bring it about or manifest in a way that you can. This is your superpower. We got the Nine of Wands here. You guys are stubborn as fuck. Okay, this is a card about resilience and grit. Resilience and grit. This makes me feel like I see someone like in bed and they're like holding onto the headboard, and someone's like pulling them by their ankles, trying to like get them out of it, and they don't want to move. You guys can be real stubborn and resilient, and you will go after what you want. But I think and this is a good card to have in general. But because this is like a toxic trait reading, I feel like in a much more negative aspect, you guys might go after things that don't serve you, such as like laziness or bad eating habits or bad sleep habits or a bad sleep schedule. I know I have a bad sleep schedule. But that's so far for like you guys' toxic traits. You need to go with the flow more. I think flowing more will allow this fun Page of Wands energy to come out, and I feel like it'll also allow you to elevate and grow. And it will turn this Ace of Swords in reverse into this Ace of Swords upright. You guys are smart. Remember that. The Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant is a teacher. This makes me feel like you might be someone who has a tough time learning from other people or listening to them. I understand that. You may not always like trust everybody, or you may not always you may not think that they know what they're talking about, basically. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I think you and this is a challenge for myself too, so no judgment here at all. You need to develop like a willingness to listen to people sometimes, because they might be able to put you on like, even if I feel like even if someone tells you like the wrong thing, it might lead you to the right path or like the right idea or the right thing. You guys are smart. You guys are capable of creating things for yourself. I feel like whatever I'm hearing, like divine creativity 333. That might be a number you see a lot. It's 3:31 on the clock right now. As I'm filming this. I feel like you guys could be like creative beings. I feel like you might like, I don't know, maybe I'm hearing like shoot for the stars. You guys fuck with you guys definitely like big things. I feel like you guys might like steal ideas from like some of like the biggest like celebrities or artists or businessmen and women. But I feel like for you guys, you have, because you might think that your ideas are small and they're not that great, or you're just insecure about them. You're very special. Okay, whatever ideas you get, I feel like it may or may not be many. But whatever like you get, it was something that was like sent from the universe, like your angels or even your ancestors. They were trying to send you like ideas for like a business or a creative project or a YouTube channel or something like that. You guys are meant to like what the hell? I forgot what I was about to say. Child, oh my god. The Hierophant, you guys, sometimes you just need to learn to listen to other people. Sometimes, because I feel like you might stick within this teacher role too much, of like going to places, soaking up information and sharing it to other people who you think might be I don't even think you think this, but to them, they might think that you think that they're small-minded or something like that, and they're not. And I don't think you think that either. I feel like what it is like, this is like, say if like you went somewhere and traveled and experienced some stuff, and you came home to your friends or your family, and nobody was like happy, or to see you, or I feel like for some reason it's like these people, like to you when you're looking at them, they look like you look at them as if like I don't know. I think maybe that they're better than you, or they're above you in a sense. Like, it's like no matter how far you go, you always gotta sit back and look at your mom or your dad. Like, that's the boss. That's the top dog. They're not. But you guys just need to, like, understand that it's okay to learn from other people sometimes, too. I know it sucks. I know we wanna think we know everything and we don't want to listen to other people. It's alright. It's okay to listen to people sometimes, even if they're wrong. Um, I get it. I get it. That's your toxic trait. Y'all might not like listening to people. Y'all could come across as a know-it-all, and I don't think that you are a know-it-all. It's just you don't trust people, and that I understand too. You don't trust people, so you don't want to listen to them. The Three of Pentacles. I feel like your toxic trait is that you want to do stuff alone a lot. As I'm saying what I was just saying, you could be very independent, but I feel like collaboration would work well for you because it would eliminate a lot of stress for you. It'll get things done in a quicker way. Um, and I feel like there's people around you who have ideas on how to get stuff done quicker and more efficient. You just need to listen. And I feel like when this like happens, maybe at first you might struggle with it, but I feel like after like a couple times, like maybe 3 times of not listening, it's like, okay, does anyone have an idea? Like you want to like open up. If you ever worked in like a team or like as a boss with people, it's like you want to make sure that everyone is like heard and respected, as well as yourself, and you don't want to like over dominate any and everything. But your toxic trait overall, like right now, is just like you not listening to people, and I understand, so I don't want to judge you. Um, but you know we have to listen to people sometimes, you know. Okay. Seven of Swords in reverse. Your guys' toxic trait or one of your toxic traits has to do with telling on people or potentially like snitching or bringing things to the light. Um, this can go bad, but this can also go good. I feel. Your guys' toxic trait is that any person that fucks you over will greatly regret it because you're gonna expose the truth and tell people what happened to you, like while you were in this relationship or while you were in that friendship or what happened in your household while you were growing up. And I feel like this is only toxic to the people who caused the chaos or did what they did because they're too uncomfortable with standing within their truth, and that's kind of what this has to do. The Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords in reverse have to do with just like things being exposed and coming out because they both also have to do with like being betrayed or like tricked or something like that. You guys need to I'm not gonna tell you what you need to do. What I will say is that's your toxic trait. I feel like this is something because sometimes you need to speak your mind, you need to speak up and say something, and sometimes you don't. Especially when you fucking with certain people, just don't say certain things. Don't just mind your business, all right? But it's just like, yeah, you guys need to just like listen a little bit more. Speak your mind. You need to use your discernment. That is with this Seven of Swords energy in reverse. You need to use your discernment. I'm just thinking about something, and I don't even think it has to do with the reading. It's like a flashback from my childhood. I was a dickhead at times. Um, what is it? All right, we got the Knight of Pentacles out here. Your toxic trait is that you probably lack like a structure, like a schedule. I feel like you're the type of person who is very nomadic, and you just wake up and do whatever the hell you want to do, which is fun and it's fine. But I feel like what it is that maybe like, and this is like toxic just for you, to you. Like and it's harmful in that you don't have a routine, so you don't have a way of life or way to do things, or like you know like a set bedtime or a wake up time or like how you want to get stuff done. I feel like for you guys, you might need like a little bit more of a schedule. I know that sucks. It's so like being like for me, I know and I wanted to say this just because like I know I have a tough time creating like that for myself currently. For me, I remember when I was like growing up, being in school, like that was my schedule. That's what like allowed me to feel like, okay, I gotta wake up early in the morning to do stuff. I am a morning person, but now that I'm in my 20s, like I'll be sleeping until like 10, 11. Like I'm like, well, 10 for some people might still be early, but for me, it's like if I'm not awake and up and ready before like 9 o'clock, like my day is practically over because I feel like I just lost so much time or I lost so much daylight. Because I love it when like y'all ever watch the sunrise or you just wake up and the sun is still rising. Ooh, y'all smoke weed? Y'all wake and bake? Oh my gosh. That is so good. I ain't gonna say that shit toxic trait. I ain't gonna down nobody for doing that. But it's just, but yeah. What is this? King of Pentacles upright. Uh, your toxic trait is that I feel like you guys can be stingy with your money a little bit too. Or so I feel like you could either be like too stingy with it and not want to give it away, or you might give it with too much of it away. And I feel like whoever gives it like too much of it away, it's only like a few of you guys. Most of you guys might like really like to hold on to your money. I feel like you guys might also care about status because this is all about material things. This fatherly energy of materialism. And potentially having a lot of money and a lot of riches. Look at him. He got like all these books. I always think of that because it's like with the beard and all, it kind of makes me think of God. But then he's sitting in like a library, and like imagine your home having a library. Like that's how rich like you guys are or could be or whatever. Your toxic trait is. I think you guys may not necessarily be like within the flow of things in terms of like giving and receiving. You're more in concern with I think like receiving rather than giving, and I feel like you only give to like a close family, like close friend, like maybe like your kids or your wife or something or your husband. Um, but I feel like you gave in or you're giving in, giving in. I don't know why that came out. Y'all might like listening to. I hope I say his name right. Giveon or Givon. I don't know how to pronounce it. Heartbreak Anniversary is fucking incredible, by the way. But what is this? What is this? The Four of Cups in reverse. I feel like you guys go entirely too with the flow. I feel like you guys kind of just, yeah, like I said, you don't have a schedule, so you just wake up and let shit happen. I feel like that's your toxic trait, is that you don't have any, like, you don't have to, like, you, of course, you like, when you create a schedule for yourself, like, make room for air, relaxation, and fun and vacation. But I feel like for you guys, you are entirely, like, too within the flow to the point where you just getting up and going with any and everything that comes your way. And that's good to do sometimes, but not all the time. I feel like you guys really just go with the flow. You could be a water sign too much, or maybe even like, I don't even want to say an air sign because we can be resistant despite the fact that we're wind or air. But maybe you are, and you probably like a water sign with like, I mean, an air sign with like a lot of water placements, and you flow a lot more easily than others. Um, but you guys need to bring it back to a balance, okay? Like, and I feel like this is in your daily where it's like, I don't know, let's say you spend half your day working and like pertaining or like going towards a particular schedule that you have for yourself, and then the second half of your day is dedicated to relaxation or running errands or doing whatever else you want to do that doesn't have to do with work. It's time for you and yourself. It's like you need like that balance of, okay, I'm gonna get up and get this done, and then I'm gonna go do whatever else I want afterwards. So it's like you get stuff done and you're productive, but at the same time you still did what you wanted to do, and you have that freedom. Um, the Four of Pentacles here, yeah, you guys is toxic traits. You really like to hold on money. Look at how she holding that bag. Like, don't touch my stuff. Like, nah, you guys, you definitely love holding on your money, and I don't blame you. Um, but you know, universal laws, you gotta give, and you gotta give to receive. I know it sucks. Sometimes I feel like an overgiver at times. I can be an overgiver at times and give away entirely too much of my time, effort, potentially even money. I've done that before. But, um, yeah, you guys, and this also makes me think of like being stubborn because the Four of Pentacles has to do with like protection and just like staying within this like closed energy of like closed fist, like financial stability, security. Like this is my bag. The way she's holding it, like look at that. Like this is my bag. You don't touch my bag. Like all right, and then lastly here, I just saw 1444 on the clock. Like for the timer here, you guys might resonate with 444 a lot, or you like that Jay-Z album. I know I do, or whatever the case may be. Your angels can be nearby, or my angels is nearby, or I don't know. All right. What is it? Two of Swords in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse. I feel like one of your guys' toxic traits is that you could be very vulnerable and overshare with like a lot of people, and this might be a bit too much. Uh, I feel like I see you sitting down, whether if it's a complete stranger or your mother or your father or somebody, you might really like tell a whole lot of your business, and it's not your family business, your sex life, your romantic life. You need to like balance that too. It's okay to talk about that stuff and tell it, but I think sometimes you might tell it to people and you get like so specific that it kind of makes them uncomfortable. Okay. I understand that energy. Listen, like, just as a Libra, we friends with everybody we meet, and I feel like people might get aggravated because I mentioned me being a Libra like 24/7, but it's just like that's just like a Libra trait. It's also a Gemini trait to talk to everyone like that, but Libras definitely overshare when they first meet someone. Geminis might be like that if they like you, maybe. Or will just answer any question you ask them because they just want to talk and they're not thinking about like how like they're probably not even thinking that they could be giving away like incriminating evidence as well, or maybe they do. I love Geminis. I don't. It's funny because a lot of the signs that I love and the zodiac are signs that haven't been in my life that much, maybe. Like I feel like I haven't met many Sagittarius, but I love Sagittarius. I haven't met many Scorpios, but the ones that I've met, like they're super healing, super cool. It's like I feel like they behold that energy. I like Gemini's. I love Libras. I love Libras. I would date Libras. Be a friend with a Libra. I feel like I would never do that, but I'll date them. Shit. I know y'all don't care. I'm just like talking and giving my little spiel, or I don't know, or maybe I don't know y'all do. Yeah, I'm gonna just talk. Uh, hmm. I'm not gonna talk about what signs I hate. But anyways, yeah, these are all of your guys' toxic traits. I feel like you guys literally just like, you're like a nomad. You kind of just get up and do whatever you want to do. There's this big sense of freedom. I feel like you need to, it's okay to want to have your freedom. I feel like you guys need your freedom and that's necessary, but it's like a necessary thing. Your toxic trait is the fact that you just don't have any, you may not be disciplining yourself as much as you should, especially in regards to your eating habits is what I'm seeing here. You might need to like change your diet a little bit as well. But your, toxic traits have to do with you, being entirely too like close-fisted, being a little too stubborn, and living a life without a care. It's okay to live a life without a care. I get that. It's okay to live a life without a care, but it's like you the advice here for you, I want to say, is to balance it out or add at least just a little bit of structure to your life. I feel like that'll allow you to create more, and I see you creating something for yourself that'll be so free, but at the same time it's structured. It's like somehow you guys managed to like implement 50% structure and freedom into your daily life, and it's like all across your day. It's like you have time to relax, but then you also have time to work, and then you get everything done. It's like you make stuff happen without realizing it, and it's because you just got up and did it. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't be afraid to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or make a donation to my channel, which would be greatly appreciated, all the information for that should be down in the description box below. If you would like to follow me on social media, my YouTube channel here will link you directly to it on my about section. But my Instagram is at goodfella.dom and my Twitter is goodfelladom. So Instagram at goodfella.dom. I don't know if I said that. And on Twitter at goodfelladom. All right, and that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching me. I love you guys, pile. For this is for y'all who chose the blue pile, the blue mask pile. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I love your guys' comments. I love the things that you guys have to say. I love that you guys like just listen to me and sometimes even when it's. All right, y'all. My camera cut off. I think that was a sign from God that it was my time to go. I was talking too much, maybe. But yes, I am out. I just wanted to say a formal goodbye to you guys. So have a good one. My name is Dom. I go by Dom the Healer, and goodbye. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in.